Philodendron is easy to care even to inexperienced houseplant owner. As you know, Philodendron is one of the largest genus in family Araceae. I'm going to show you some of the Philodendron varieties here. We have here the Philodendron Red Congo. This is very common here in the Philippines, but it's so easy to propagate. In my right, we have the Philodendron Pluto Red, the sawtooth leaves of the leaves. Very nice also. We have another variety of Philodendron. We call it Philodendron Golden Melanoni. We have also a green variety of this, but this one is the Golden Melanoni. Below the Melanoni, we have the Black Cardinal. This one. This is the Black Cardinal. And for this is Lady Marmalade. Yeah, it's a Lady Marmalade Philodendron. And one of my favorite, the Weak Red Philodendron. Very nice Philodendron. And Red Moon Philodendron. This is Philodendron Painted Lady. I have here a typical example of a climbing philodendron. The idea of this is Philodendron Peru. The leaves are so thick and crisp. Look at that. Very shiny and very healthy. And of course, the Philodendron Pastasanum, one of my favorite philodendron here in my garden. And this one, Philodendron Golden Serratum. Here the borley marks, variegated borley marks. This one, that's the variegated one. The Golden Violin Philodendron. Baroswanum Philodendron. The Plomanii, the mother plant of this, is in the ground. This is another type of Philodendron Giganteum. This is a crawling type of Philodendron. You can see it here, it only crawls. For this Philodendron is in this garden for almost 3 years. This one is Philodendron Billietiae, typical example of climbing Philodendron. This has been in our garden for 4 years. See how nice the stem, the orange petiole of the plant reveals. So beautiful house plant. You might be asking, how long does Philodendron plants live? It will live for almost 40 years. Philodendron is easy to care even to inexperienced houseplant owner. They can also thrive inside your residence even for a year. But they prefer to be brought outside to have a fresh rainwater and a good filtered sunlight. We do recommend also the use of fertilizer, the foliage fertilizer or the controlled release fertilizer. Talking on Philodendron, the watering, at least once a week or once every 2 to 3 days, that's the time you apply or put the water. You can easily propagate Philodendron through cuttings or through pops that will grow from the roots. Sometimes we can encounter a leggy Philodendron. It could be that sunlight exposure is inefficient. For the fertilizer, we prefer to spray a foliage fertilizer to Philodendron. We do also put slow release or the controlled release fertilizer. For a plant like this, 1 tablespoon every 2 to 3 months. And the secret of growing Philodendron so that it will grow healthy, please remember that your potting media should be well drained. If it's not well drained, then it will cause root rot and disease will follow. Talking of root rots, the best way to control that root rot is to remove your plants, and we do recommend repotting of your plants using a fresh medium and cut all affected roots and spray fungicide all over the roots and repot it with a well moist new potting medium. Now I'm going to show you how to propagate this Pastasanum with this size. So first we have to check on the plants. The roots we have to clear. The roots and identify your area where to cut. After clearing it, we are going to proceed, disinfect our hands, our tools. With this size, we can no longer use this cutter. We have to use a bigger one, this one, because the stem is already very big. See, Philodendron Pastasanum is a crawling philodendron. They prefer to crawl than to climb. So here, as you can see, there are roots in this area, and so we might as well cut it in this area here. This one. We have to cut it here. And so this is it. After determining the area where to cut, we have to cut it here. There you are. Okay. Then look at this. That's the area, and then we have to remove the top cut. Okay, see, we have a very healthy top cut for propagation. Then apply fungicide in this area where you cut, and also in this area. You may use the 3-in-1 fungicide, bactericide, and or the pure fungicide, the dietane. So we put the fungicide directly where we cut the plant. That's it. You may use a paste fungicide or a powder fungicide. That's it. For sure, another puff will be coming out from the mother plant within 3 weeks. So we're going to plant this using 50% cocoa chunk or cocoa chips and 50% humus. That's our combination in planting philodendron. We have here cocoa chunk or cocoa chip and humus. We mix it. Okay. So beautiful, very healthy top cut. Okay, then we have to position it on the roots. That's it. Then Cover it again with our potting media. Then put a little pressure on it. Okay. Okay. That's it. Okay. Beautiful. Then after that, we have to put a stick as our support to the newly planted plant. Okay. We have to tie it to have a stable stick. So that's it. Look at this. A beautiful pastasanum, Philodendron pastasanum. Our next philodendron to propagate is the Philodendron golden serratum. First, determine where to cut by looking for the aerial roots. Because this is a top cut propagation, so we have to cut. The top portion should have an aerial roots, preferably 3 or 4 aerial roots before we can cut. Here, these are the aerial roots of the golden serratum. 1, 2, at the back 3, 4. So we have 4 aerial roots. So we cut it in this area. Great. Okay. That's it. You can use the cutter. Hold on. Okay. Cut it this area. Slowly. Okay, that's it. We have to pull that and support for the leggy portion. That's it. So here we have another. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aerial roots. Okay, again we have to put fungicide on both cut area, that one and this one. Look at that. After cutting, just leave it there and this will again grow to a bigger plant. And when there are already aerial roots, then you can again detach this from the mother plant for another new pot. So using this medium, the same potting medium, 50-50. Look at that. Since our medium is already moist, don't put water directly to the potting media. So just put your pot, growing pot on a plate or a basin, then put water on the bottom area for the next 3 days. I have here Philodendron mexicanum. I propagated through node cutting. This is just one node, and after a month the pups has developed, and as you can see, it's a very healthy pups. So that's one way of propagating and how easy to propagate philodendron plants. So we have here another philodendron. We call it burley marks variegated. There are times that the variegation of these burley marks will revert to green. I'm going to give you some tips on how to maintain the variegation of a burley mark. As it grows, there are some branches, new branches, that will be generated by the plant, and it will not give a good variegation. The best way is to remove the stem of the branch where it started to revert and leaving the variegated branches on it. So I'm going to show you. Look at this. We have here a branch or a stem with no variegation at all. To have the variegation to retain, we have to cut that area, that stem, remove it. Okay. We can still grow this and have a very nice green burley mark. This one is still with variegation, and another stem is still with variegation. In that process, we can remove the green portion, then plant it so that you will have another pure green burley marks. And for this, it will be a lush, variegated burley marks. From time to time, we have to check our plants, the manicuring of the plants by removing the old leaves or the roots that are already dried up. Similar to this black cardinal, we have here one old leaf. Look at that, this one. So in order that the growth will be, or the nutrients of the plant will be concentrated on the new leaf, we have to remove that leaf, this one, we have to remove it. And the concentration of the nutrients will be on the new developing leaf. I'm going to share to you one secret in how to grow a healthy plant, and that's the pot hole. I have here a sample of a pot, a ceramic pot, I think, and look at this, it has only one hole. The secret is to add another hole here, 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 another 4. Pot hole for one pot is no good. It will cause root trap. Another here, but look, it has only 3 holes. 3 pot holes. This big, we do recommend at least 6 or 8 pot holes. So we have to remove that. This one, remove again. This is a typical example of a very nice pot holes. This is highly recommended. The more pot holes, the better. Good drainage in your pots. That's all for today, guys. And don't forget to subscribe Propagation TV. Tap the bell button. See you on our next episode. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye.